I created a lesson using Nearpod that is related to the standard S4L1, obtain, evaluate, and communicate information about the roles of organisms and the flow of energy within an ecosystem. Develop a model to describe the roles of producers, consumers, and decomposers in a community. In this lesson, I will be helping students understand the role of organisms in the ecosystem, and I have incorporated some interactive activities and assessments so I can better gauge their understanding of this content material. In the first slide, I have provided lesson objectives and goals that tell students what they will be able to do by the end of the lesson. This also provides them with a general idea of what to focus on throughout the lesson. In my next slide, I created a poll to gauge students' prior background knowledge. Here they can identify if they know a lot, a little, or do not know anything about different organisms and their roles. This next slide was provided to give an overview of producers. So I have included what they are, where they obtain their energy, and their role on the ecosystem, as well as providing specific examples of plant producers with their corresponding pictures to give students a better visual. So here is the same kind of thing except with consumers. So again, I let them know what consumers are, what they depend on to survive, and their role in an ecosystem, as well as different examples of consumers. And finally, the same kind of thing except with decomposers. So I talked to the students about what decomposers are, what their role in an ecosystem is, and I even provided where you can see most of them, which is the top layer of soil, as well as different examples of decomposers, again, with their pictures. So in this slide, I have provided an interactive video that further examines producers, consumers, and decomposers. You can see here there are different pausing points along this video that students can interact with and answer questions. This further promotes and enhances student engagement throughout the video. I also incorporated another activity for students to demonstrate their own food chain. So here I provided an example of one that I did, so they have a better idea of what the expectations were for when they create theirs. And on the next slide, it gives them the opportunity to do the same thing. As you can see on the bottom, there's different tools that they can use to create their models. In one of my final slides, I created a quiz of a total of 8 questions just to further assess their understanding and how they retained the knowledge from this lesson. And then in my final slide, I just congratulate them and kind of reiterate what they now know and what they have learned throughout this lesson. Thank you for watching.